What is up, guys? Patrick here from NintenTalk, and a brand new segment for the channel. I'm going to actually start documenting some of my game pickups. I pick up games quite frequently, and I've started collecting a lot more for the Wii and Gamecube. And for the most part, you know, these games are, I would say, a fair price, but I do have a lot of rare games here. So let's just get started with Wii. That's kind of the majority of what I have today. So the first game is Guilty Gear Accent Core. This is a really great fighting game. The character list is like insane. There's a ton of characters, and cool thing is this game actually just got announced for Switch. So if you want to play this game, it will be on the Switch soon enough. Speaking of great fighting games, this one's pretty uncommon. This is Tatsunoko versus Capcom. So this has Capcom characters like Mega Man, Beautiful Joe, versus Tatsunoko, which is a little more less known. The characters, you probably won't know a bunch of them, but this is a great fighting game. Probably the best one on the Wii. And then another thing I started collecting, the Wii has some great collections. So a lot of great retro collections. So the first one is SNK Arcade Classics. This has a ton of games like Metal Slug, King of Fighters, King of the Monsters, Fatal Fury. Just some really high quality games. This one's a little bit uncommon. Not too rare. You can still find that out there. Speaking of King of Fighters, I also got the King of Fighters collection, which has King of Fighters 94 through 98. This one's a little more uncommon. I actually found this one at GameStop, so I was pretty surprised about that. And these are all complete too. When I collect games, they're all complete with the manuals. The discs are in great condition. Probably one of the more uncommon collections is the Metal Slug Anthology. So this has Metal Slug 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is just, if you're a Metal Slug fan, this is the game you want here. Beautiful condition, and this game's kind of going for a lot more. Like for a Wii game, it's probably around like 25 bucks, which is, you know, kind of a lot. The next game here is a really awesome game that I found, just browsing YouTube, and this is called Blastworks. It is a shoot 'em up game, but essentially it's kind of like Mario Maker. You can make your own levels, you can make your own ships, you can even change like the shooting patterns in the background. So if you have a lot of time to kind of waste, this is a great game. So Blastworks, build your own shoot 'em up, which I'm into. I picked up a Wii U game, and you guys might be saying, didn't you sold your Wii U? I did. But this game right here, and this, I think if you're collecting for the Wii, you're probably going to miss out on this one. This is Rodea the Sky Soldier. So this is marketed actually as a Wii U game, but inside there is the Wii version. Long story short, this game went through development hell and started out as a Wii game. It took so long that it didn't really make sense to release it as a Wii game. So they ended up releasing it for the Wii U, but the original Wii game does come in there. So Rodea the Sky Soldier. Next game is a game that I've been wanting for a little bit now. This is Mushroom Men, The Spore Wars. So if you guys are into the old school 3D platformers, kind of the Banjo-Kazooie type games, Mushroom Men, The Spore Wars, little uncommon, and this is in great shape too, fully complete. So I was really happy to pick that up. A lot of these games, guys, I've been using the eBay auction. So like some of these games are like $3 or $4, and some of these games are actually worth quite a bit. Let's see, probably the rarest game, the rarest Wii U game or Wii game is Castle of Shigagami 3. So this is actually a shoot 'em up game. I found this at a local retro store around here, and I was pretty surprised when I did find it. This game's going for about 35 bucks, and I was able to get it for a pretty good price. So Castle of Shigagami, have not played it yet, but really looking forward to it. And guys, I don't really collect sealed games. I don't believe in that. If you're gonna buy a video game, you might as well play it. But these 3 games came sealed. 2 of them really aren't too much to talk about, but one is pretty rare. So the first one is Centipede Infestation. Like I said before, this is sealed. They're definitely worth a lot more that they're sealed, but I'm honestly just gonna open it. I'm gonna play it. But it's kind of like, it plays like the old Centipede arcade game, but you're kind of moving around. It's kind of like a top-down view. So excited to play this one. I will be opening these. The second one I ordered from eBay, but I didn't realize it was sealed. And this is Dewey's Adventure. So this is kind of like a 3D platformer, but you use the Wiimote to kind of control the way that the land goes. I would kind of compare it to like a monkey ball type game where you're controlling, you know, the tilt of the screen. Some people will probably get motion sickness over this, but Dewey's Adventure, another 3D platformer. The thing about this game is that it actually came out the same year as Super Mario Galaxy, so that's pretty unfortunate for that game. That's probably why not a lot of people picked it up. Probably the rarest sealed game is let me try to pronounce this here. Chumbara Bikini Zombie Slayers. That's a mouthful. This game is sealed, and I'm kind of at a crossroads here because this game sealed is worth quite a bit, and then if I open it, it like literally loses half the value. But I think I'm still gonna open it. This is a hack and slash where you play as girls in bikinis killing zombies. And then a game that I've been wanting for a while, and it's kind of hard to find nowadays, at least complete in the box, is the 25th anniversary Super Mario All-Stars collection. This is pretty much Super Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo, but it is packaged with a very nice kind of the making of the games, a little brief history, some concept art. So definitely a really cool piece, and this is in pristine condition. If you're going to pick this up and you just see the Super Mario All-Stars Wii game, avoid it. You want the red box. You want the full package. So some cool stuff there. That's the Wii stuff. And I'm always collecting for the Wii. It's such a fun console, and there are some rare games out there. So really, really happy with those pickups. So on to GameCube now. I had a bunch of GameCube games, but I kind of got rid of them because I wasn't really feeling the GameCube at a certain point. But now, you know, since I have a Wii and I'm playing a lot of Wii games, of course you can play GameCube games. So I picked up most of these. All of these are under $5 that I got on eBay, which is pretty good. So first game is Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. I really like the Mario sports games. The unfortunate thing about this is that it came with a replacement case. Like the case usually isn't red. And then this print right here is actually, they printed it themselves. It doesn't have a manual, which is, doesn't have a manual, which is kind of unfortunate, but still pretty good. And then I picked up a bunch of extreme sports games. I've just been craving them. Very nostalgic. First one is SSX3. Probably the best snowboarding game ever made, to be completely honest. Pretty cheap too. Complete. And then Blast from the Past here. Tony Hawk 3 and Tony Hawk 4. Never played the fourth one. But 3 is such a great game. I think my favorite one's probably Tony Hawk 2. But Tony Hawk Underground is my second favorite. And Tony Hawk 4 definitely feels like Underground. Okay. Next game is ATV Quad Power Racing 2. Again, you know, the extreme sport games. And this game actually handles really well. The physics are really good. And the soundtrack, oh man, the soundtrack is so good. Pop punk, you know, very post-rock type stuff. And then the last game is Wave Race Blue Storm. So this is the sequel to the original on the N64. I haven't tried this yet, but I've heard pretty good things. And this was super cheap for when I got it. So those are the GameCube games. Not too much this time. There's definitely a lot of GameCube games that I want, but all the first-party Nintendo ones are really, really expensive. You know, anywhere from like 30 to 60 bucks. So pretty expensive. Now on to the Switch. Looks like I have 6 games here. I'll save the best one for last. Well, most rare one, I guess. So the first game is Axiom Verge. And this is a little indie darling. I missed it on the Wii U, so I've always wanted to pick it up, and I saw it at GameStop the other day. So Axiom Verge, one of the physical version too. The next game I just picked up and I'm having a lot of fun with. This is Blade Strangers. So this is a fighting game by Nicalis, and it has a ton of their characters from their franchises in the game. Binding of Isaac's in there, Code of Princess. You have the guys from Cave Story. So even Shovel Knight's in there. So there's just a, you know, really awesome cast of characters. I wish there was a little bit more, but I'm not sure if that game's getting DLC or not. And then I waited long enough. I picked up Mega Man 11. So this is the newest Mega Man game. I wanted to pick this up new, and I wanted to pick it up physical, supporting Mega Man on the Switch. I have one of the collections. I'm only missing the X collection on the Switch, but excited to try that out. And then, as you guys know, I've sold my Wii U, RIP. But I picked up some of my favorite games. So Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, actually my favorite game from the Wii U. So I was really happy to pick this up. The controls are a little bit different. So basically you're using the right Joy-Con is kind of like a Wii pointer. So it's kind of hard to get used to, but I really do love this game. If you guys haven't played this, definitely check it out. And then the most recent Nintendo Switch game was Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. And this game's kind of controversial because it came out in 2012 on the Wii U. And this deluxe version really didn't add too much, and Nintendo still sold it for $60. But I got rid of my Wii U, so it makes sense for me. I don't know about you guys. And then the last game is my first imported game. This game's actually right from Japan. And this is the Capcom Beat 'em Up, or Belt Action Collection. So it's actually called the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle in the US, but it is the Belt Action Collection. Only available physically in Japan, so definitely wanted to pick this up. And this game is fantastic. It has some of the best games out there. Battle Circuit, Final Fight, which is probably one of my favorite beat 'em ups ever made. So guys, those are my pickups. Quite a bit this time. And I'll try, whenever I have a good stack of games, I'll make another one of these videos. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. And guys, like always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.